The rain had been falling since evening, soft at first, then harder, until it became a steady rhythm against the windows. It was one of those nights that made the city look lonelier than it was. The kind of night where memories return uninvited, whispering what-ifs and could-have-beens. Rohit turned off the engine and sat still for a moment, staring through the blurred windshield. The house glowed faintly behind the rain, warm, familiar, and yet that night, something about it felt wrong. He'd come home early, for the first time in months. Work had been suffocating, deadlines endless, but tonight he'd decided to surprise Mira, his wife. He smiled faintly, reaching for the bouquet of white lilies beside him, her favorite. They reminded her of their wedding day, she once said. White means peace, she used to whisper while arranging them in a vase. Rohit had believed her then. He stepped out of the car, the cold rain stinging his face. The scent of wet earth filled the air, that same nostalgic smell he loved during monsoon. But tonight it felt heavier. He unlocked the door quietly, almost tiptoeing inside, the way you do when planning a sweet surprise. But the moment he entered, his heart hesitated. There were 2 coffee mugs on the table, one with lipstick stains, the other not his. A half-open wine bottle rested beside them. Soft music hummed from upstairs, a slow, romantic tune. And beneath all that, there was something else, the faint scent of cologne, not his. He frowned. "Mira?" he called softly. No reply. Just the low murmur of voices, muffled, indistinct, coming from the bedroom upstairs. Something cold moved through him. Logic tried to fight it. Maybe a friend, maybe her cousin stopped by. He wanted to believe that. He needed to believe that. But the truth already knew its way to his chest. He walked up the stairs, step by slow step. Each creak of the wood seemed louder than it should have been. The door was slightly open. Through the narrow gap, he saw shadows. 2 figures, too close. Then a voice. A man's voice. Soft. Careless. "It's okay. He won't be home yet." Rohit's hand froze on the doorknob. For a heartbeat, the world stopped spinning. He pushed the door open. The sound was small, just a hinge sighing, but to him it was thunder. And there they were. Mira sat on the edge of the bed, wrapped in a blanket, her hair messy, eyes wide with fear. The man, tall, half-dressed, turned pale. For a second, no one moved. Then the man grabbed his shirt and walked out quickly, brushing past Rohit without a word. The slam of the front door echoed through the silence that followed. Mira looked up, tears already forming. Her lips parted, but no words came. Rohit stepped closer, still holding the flowers. Absurdly out of place now, like a cruel joke. "Who was he?" he asked quietly. She didn't answer. "Mira," his voice cracked slightly. "Who was he?" Her silence said everything. The way she looked away, the way her hands trembled, the way guilt clung to the air between them. It was all the confession he needed. He laughed softly, not out of humor, but disbelief. "I came home early to surprise you, and this is what I find?" "Rohit," she finally whispered, "it wasn't supposed to happen." He stared at her, stunned. "Wasn't supposed to happen? You mean the messages? The late nights? The lies?" His voice rose, sharp but broken. "You kissed me this morning, Mira. You looked me in the eye and told me you loved me. And all this time?" "I was lonely," she said suddenly, almost shouting. "You were never here. You were always at work, chasing something I didn't understand. I just wanted to feel like I mattered again." Her words hit him like a slap. For a moment he wanted to yell, to throw something, to make her feel what he felt. The tearing of trust, the humiliation, the loss. But he couldn't. He just stood there, quiet, the flowers slowly slipping from his fingers to the floor. Rohit's voice came out barely above a whisper. "You could have talked to me. You could have said you were unhappy. I would have listened. I would have changed." He shook his head. "But you chose betrayal. You killed us with silence." Mira broke down, her sobs echoing through the room. But Rohit felt empty. Even her tears felt dishonest now. He walked to the dresser, removed his wedding ring, and placed it beside the vase of wilted lilies. The same lilies she had once called symbols of peace. Tonight, they looked dead. Mira tried to reach for him. "Please don't go." He turned to her one last time. "Mira, I already left the moment you chose him." He opened the door. The rain outside waited for him, cold, relentless, cleansing. As he stepped out, the sound of the door closing behind him felt final. He didn't look back. The rain hit his face, mixing with tears he didn't bother to hide. He whispered to himself, "Silence is louder than betrayal." And then, for the first time in a long while, he walked into the storm, alone but free.